Tuesday, June 30th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jay Scooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Mike Bennett, working his way behind the boards. And we have a great show for you today. Can't wait to get into things. First time in a long time, we have 3 guests today. So a lot less of me yapping, a lot more of the smart guys yapping. I'm sure some people in the chat are pretty happy about that. Let's get right into things. Batting leadoff, I've got Drew Dinsick, because I don't know if you guys heard, but Wimbledon's going on. As much as the World Cup is sucking the auction out of the sports world, Wimbledon is a major event. And there's some pretty interesting storylines. Sinner almost got bounced yesterday. I don't know if anybody knew that. I feel like the Twitter world would have got a lot more crazy if they knew, if the World Cup wasn't going on. Sinner was down 2-1. Very, very close to losing. Ended up pulling out and winning that match. Serena Williams returning. A lot to talk about here at Wimbledon. We'll break it all down for you with Drew. After that, we got Anthony coming on talking more World Cup. Of course, we're talking World Cup with Drew. We're talking World Cup with every single guest here. But me and Anthony, we're going to be breaking down every single game today and for the rest of the round of 32. And if there's time remaining, we'll talk the Canada game as well. I have a little bit of a conundrum. I have a wedding on Saturday in a place that is like 2 hours, an hour and a half north of Toronto. Church is at 11. Wedding ceremonies at 5. Canada games at 1 p.m. I guess I have to bring an extra shirt around with me because I am 100% spilling all over that thing watching a Canada game in like a country bar up north in Toronto. Maybe I can get some tips from Drew how not to spill on my shirt. I feel like he's someone who doesn't really spill often, but I'm going to be watching the Canada game. Anyways, let's get into today's show. Before we do that, though, quickly, let's bring up the leaderboard for today. We got the World Cup picks. We got the World Cup contest happening here on the show. I've taken a tumble 2 losing days in a row. I lost over the weekend and I lost on Monday. I've been getting a little greedy. The Paraguay under the half goal in the first half really, really broke my heart. In the 43rd minute, can't believe I lost that one. Alex and G-Stack up top. We're doing well as a group if you get rid of Kanish. But with Kanish, we're about break even. So yeah, and Kanish is down 10 units. So there we go. He's been funniest thing ever. Kanish has been hunting draws all group stage. He had there was 2 draws yesterday. Decided not to take a draw. Decided to go after a Morocco minus at 1.5 plus 810. Sure. I think he's doing the same thing today. Let's see what we got for today here. We'll start off with Rob's picks. He likes Norway to advance at minus 178. I'm in the same boat. I'm taking Ivory Coast and Norway over 3.5 goals plus 235. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but this Ivory Coast team can defend really well. But Erling Haaland is just an absolute beast. I think he breaks the back line there and scores a couple. Mexico and Ecuador for Alex. He's taking the under 2.5. He's including extra time in that one. For my over 3.5, it's in the within 90 minutes. Mexico, Ecuador under 2.5, including extra time, minus 164. Jacob's taking Sweden under 2.5 corners within 90 minutes at plus 124.
134.
Plus 134. Sorry. Misread that. France minus 1.5. G-Stack George is on. Within 90 minutes, minus 136. I don't hate that either. George is kind of cooking right now. TA is on Ecuador, minus the half within 90 minutes, plus 300. Drunken Goon is on Gustav Lagerbielke. Gus Bus, 2+ fouls, including extra time. And then Kanish is taking Ecuador minus 1.5 within 90 minutes at plus 1060 or 10-1. Funnily enough, at 10-1. Plus 1060. If Kanish does win, he's still not in the green. Just had to point that one out. All right, let's get into today's show. Before we do that, let's give a quick shout out to our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel is making the USA's run even more exciting with every match, every goal, and every step towards the knockout stage. There's more on the line than ever. And now new customers can bet just $1 and get $250 cash if USA reaches the round of 16. That's just if they win their next match. That's right. Bet $1, get $250 in cash if USA advances. The road to the round of 16 is heating up, and now's the perfect time to get in on the action with FanDuel. Whether you're betting match winners, goal scorers, or same game parlays, FanDuel has you covered. Visit FanDuel.com/forward-progress to get started and back USA's run. That's FanDuel.com/forward progress. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas and affiliation, Kansas or Casino, 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit mdgamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-877-770-7867 in Louisiana. If you don't have a FanDuel account, now is the perfect time to do that. You're going to be betting on the World Cup, and you get, listen, USA is like what, minus 500 to advance? It's like you're getting a free 250 here if they do end up winning. Plus, you get a great extra little bit of sweat. They're minus 750 right now to advance. So, yeah. Anyways, it seems like we got breaking news in the back. What is that?
Yeah, LeBron James is opting out from the LA Lakers, and he's pursuing free agency.
Okay, interesting stuff. Maybe Drew can shed a little bit more insight as we are about to bring him up right here. Before we do that, though, quickly, do us a huge favor. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. Let's bring him on up. He's an NFL, NBA, and tennis handicapper betting analyst over at NBC Sports, co-host of the Deep Dive podcast, and the number one bottom-up wine expert on gambling Twitter. Drew, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, man. This is one of the best weeks of sports of the entire calendar. Getting up and having all these Wimbledon matches and then flowing right into knockout stage World Cup. Like, this is like, just take the week off. just revel in the international sport. It is so good.
And luckily enough, us Canadians, we have tomorrow off. It is Canada Day. Tomorrow, you guys are going to have, I don't know if you like
Canada Day. Happy early Canada Day.
Drew, I appreciate that. Your Americans are playing tomorrow. Hopefully they can pull up a win.
You guys a good wine rec for Canada Day.
Ooh.
We're definitely going BC.
Okay.
I want something from the yeah, okay. I'm gonna think about it while we do our interview, and I'll give you the bottle before we wrap up here.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I know you're trying to come up with a wine for us to try on Canada Day, and I will be purchasing that. You just got to let me know where and how to get it. Hopefully, we can get it here in Ontario. If not, I'll source it and have it another day. Quickly, LeBron James to free agency. Was that expected? How do you feel about that? Where do you think his best landing spot is?
I mean, it was definitely expected. There were weird markets up where it was like his next team and Lakers were favorite. And then every report was like, he's not returning their calls. It's like, why are the Lakers favorite in this market? He's clearly leaving. He's not part of the future plans there. He doesn't fit really as, at this stage of his career next to Luka. They need a Luka-centric build going forward. None of it made sense that he was expected to go back. The whole rumor cycle around him to me does not really add up. So there's like swirling rumors that the Warriors are going to bring him and Anthony Davis in as a package deal, and I'm like it doesn't pass the smell test. Like, wait. What does this Warriors team look like now exactly? Like, we're literally putting together the 2018 All-Stars here. Like, what exactly? Like, what is happening here? It doesn't make sense to me. And I almost feel like the fact that the rumors are pretty soft maybe his market is pretty soft. Think he's going to have to accept a $15 million type of payout, which is maybe much less than he has in mind as far as his compensation for next year. And I don't have any sources that are telling me this, but in the back of my head, I'm wondering if he heads into 2026-27 without a team and then ultimately picks a team mid-season in pursuit of a championship. So not really seeing a trail of breadcrumbs that I think truly does connect the dots for LeBron James's next squad.
Yeah, very, very interesting here. You think that like money is also not really like probably front of mind for him. He probably doesn't really care how much he would get paid, but maybe that's not the case. I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, of course he'd be leaving like tens of $1 million on the table, but to him, that like, is it really that much?
I don't understand it. I honestly don't. It felt like the divorce between LeBron and the Lakers was pretty clearly telegraphed last year. He got to play with Bronny. at the end of his career there. I'm really surprised last year wasn't the, you know, kind of the tour, the goodbye tour for LeBron. Not that I want to see him leave the NBA. Like, he's a joy to watch, especially when he's playing well. He clearly still wants to play, has more in the tank, but he doesn't move the needle much for pursuit of championship at this point in his career. So I kind of understand why it's going the way it is. And I don't know. I hope he lands somewhere where it makes the NBA title discussion fun. But I'm not sure really any of the teams with realistic landing spots that, you know, would be interested, you know, are going to pull the trigger here.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Maybe he goes back to Cleveland for like a last hurrah. Like I don't even know.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
I would love that.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what else he would do there. Does Bronny go with him? That's what everyone's asking. But anyways, let's flip over and talk some World Cup before we get into some Wimbledon. I have you for a couple more minutes here. Time always flies whenever I talk to you, Drew. Quickly, World Cup.
Yeah.
Give me your opinions on things. I remember you came on here pre-tournament, or not pre-tournament. I think it was like after the second or third day of match day. You're like, I'm in on England. I like England. It feels like all these top teams have dropped.
Let's not totally revise. My dark horse for the tournament was Argentina.
Okay, that's true. That's true. And they have a great draw. Mind you, they're facing the public dark horse in Colombia. If things
that's good.
Draw correctly for them. But just give me opinions on the tournament as a whole. Yesterday was absolutely insane. Talk me through the tournament here.
Yeah, so the England question mark was, I was just surprised they weren't getting bet, considering it looked like Mexico was not going to be as tough and out as originally expected, and then Brazil also was not looking as dangerous as people thought. So, but now Brazil coming through that Japan match the way that they did, and presumably building through the next stages of the tournament, and then England having to play them in Miami in the heat, in the July heat, does not necessarily portend great things for the Three Lions. So I do think England still come through that quarter of the draw, but I think they're going to be limping into their matchup with Argentina in Atlanta in the semifinals. Argentina, I think, will take them out, punch their ticket to the finals, and play whoever comes out of that Spain-France head-to-head, which looks like it is a fait accompli. I think we are on a collision course there, as France has proven to be clearly the best team, I think, on the top half through the group stage. But Spain has owned them. In international play going back now like 4 years. Spain has been clearly the more dominant team, able to use their advantage in the midfield to keep possession away from France. And I don't think we've seen by any stretch of the imagination the best of Spain so far. Now we may never see the best of Spain. That happens all the time, that a team never, finally hits their stride in time. But for me, at least, at price, I think Spain has drifted too far. I think they realistically match up well with France, and that's probably where your semifinal is headed. Spain comes through a close one against France and then loses to Argentina as Messi and company lift their fourth trophy.
Wow. All right. I love that little prediction there. Don't sleep on those Canadians, though. They could cause some havoc in the top left side of the bracket, however you want to call it there. We would just have to get through Morocco first before we'd have to deal with one of France or Spain. But anyways,
I mean, it's Canada Day tomorrow, so I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna say anything. All right, fair enough. I'll let it slide then. Let's talk some Wimbledon then as well. Let's flip over to the men's side first. Like I mentioned, we saw Sinner almost lose out, which was pretty insane. We take a look at Djokovic path in his side of the bracket. There's some strong competitors there in Rublev and Fonseca. Talk me through the men's draw. Talk me through the bracket. Talk me anything you like from a futures perspective right now.
Well, everybody in the men's draw is out of form. So it could go anywhere, but I think you're getting Sinner at a discount at 59 cents right now. He should be more like 70 cents. I would say that now is your chance to get involved. He took a tumble yesterday, looked in the moment like he could have done his groin, which obviously is a bad thing at the beginning of a pursuit for a title defense. But he came through ultimately, and I thought he looked good in sets 4 and 5. And the fact that he won a 5-setter, even though it wasn't a 4-hour match, should be some good mental steel for him, that he's not going to have the same sort of physical meltdown problems that we saw from him in Paris. That said, he is his own only enemy in this tournament. tournament. Like specifically his injury status, or his potential for injury or his potential for fatigue is the only thing stopping Sinner here. No player is beating him. His serve is unbreakable right now. The number of aces he had yesterday against a decent returner in Kecmanovic was pretty stunning. And if Sinner ultimately, his serve should continue to get more and more dangerous as the grass court goes deader and deader, which is what tends to happen over the 2 weeks. And as the grass dies during the tournament, the service bounces much lower to the ground, becomes even more difficult to return. And I think he's going to be unbreakable in week 2. And top half of the draw is the weaker half of the draw. Even though Djokovic is there, I don't think Djokovic is in good enough form to compete for a title here. He's probably going out before we even get to a semifinal against Sinner. And then the bottom half of the draw is already wide open. 2 of the best players on the bottom half lost in round 1. Ben Shelton is out. Francisco Cerundolo is out. That has actually opened the door for a lot of young challengers potentially to do something special here. It's now or never for Taylor Fritz. If he's ever going to make a slam final, this is his chance. I don't think I'm putting my money behind that, but I definitely respect his form more than any of the other guys on the bottom. Zverev is hurt. Mensick, who I kind of was excited about heading into this tournament because his serve is so dominant. He is in a war right now in a 5-setter against Theo Samuel, who I did not have rated especially highly. So the bottom is an absolute mess. Somebody's going to surprise and be in the final against Sinner and going to lose 3-0.
Yeah, we obviously have games or matches happening right now as we speak. So only future markets available are stuff that's in the top half, the top 2 quarters there. So yeah, if you like any of that stuff, you have Sinner to win at -155, him to reach the semifinal quarters -550. Wow. Him to win the top half -270. All that fun stuff. It seems like it's Sinner at we're getting some crazy prices here because if we flip back to last major, him losing, but he was listed at in the -300-ish range, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, and this is a better surface. His serve the strength of Sinner's game is that his service is unbreakable, and when you put it on a surface that's playing as quickly as Wimbledon center court in week 2, it is going to be very difficult for anyone to get a foothold against him.
Yeah, let's hopefully not have him play in at noon in the direct heat of the sun, like his coaches decided on last time around. Hopefully he has a little bit better in the decision making process. Hopefully he's a little bit better there. Let's flip over and talk the women's side of things. I mean, the stuff that feels like is soaking up all the attention is Serena Williams' return to Wimbledon. Her first match is today. It's happening in 30 minutes, I believe. Yeah, it's happening in 30 minutes. She's playing facing Maya Joint. She's plus 105 as the underdog. Talk me through Serena Williams' return. Do you think she has a chance to go on a fun little run here? Talk me through this.
I don't personally. I was actually surprised that the market is showing support for her. She has been bet, and it's not volume fanboy betting. It's market making, opinion setting betting, which I did not have that accounted on. All the data that I have from her that's even remotely useful can't come close to a price point in the 50-50 ballpark here against Maya Joint. Not to say that I love Maya Joint, but I'll be surprised if she is if this ultimately comes through. Even if she does beat Maya Joint, her potential second round opponent is a player named Alexandra Ayala from the Philippines. She is a very strong grass player who's in form. I don't think Serena's beating Ayala. If she does win 2 matches, her third round opponent would be the winner of Pliskova Iga. Good luck to her there. This is an absolutely nightmare 1, 2, 3, as far as I can tell you. Is Maya Joint, not a good warm-up match. Ayala, devastatingly difficult second match, and then Iga Pliskova, if you get there, is basically game over. So I took a bonkers price on Pliskova to win this at the plus 250, 250 to 1 range. I just think the women's is wide open. I'm not convinced at all that the form that Sabalenka showed in match 1 is going to carry through for a full fortnight. Rybakina was wobbly as hell today against a player who absolutely stinks on grass in Louise Boisson. So Rybakina is on upset alert for me. this women's draw is absolutely wide open. We've seen some pretty insane things happen at Wimbledon on the women's side in the last handful of years. Vondrousova winning when she had won 2 grass matches in her life going into that run was an absolute crazy outcome. Barbara Krejcikova beat Jasmine Paolini in the final last year that I would have priced in the 5,000 to 1 range to happen pre-tournament. So, crazy things tend to happen at these women's Wimbledon because there's just not enough opportunity for the women to get their feet under them on grass, and they're playing best of 3. So upsets are more common. So all said and done, I would not be laying any kind of chalk on the women's side. So enjoy the Sabalenka Rybakina in the final.
All right. I know you just said enjoy the I know you just said that, but I want you to just take a peek at the to reach semifinals,
Sure.
quarter 1, quarter 2. We don't have quarter 3 and 4, like I said, because matches are happening right now as we speak. So let's just pluck two players on the women's side, one who's going to reach quarter 1, one who's going to reach quarter 2 at any price, at any of the prices you like, and then just drop 2 names you think for quarter 3, quarter 4 that probably aren't going to be at the top end of the board.
Well, the one that clearly sticks out, Q3, Karolina Pliskova, former world number 1, never won a slam. She's in form on grass. Her serve and her timing right now look outstanding to me. She draws Iga in the next round, which is a tough matchup, but she looked great today, I thought, and I think she's going to give Iga all of the business in the world. So circle Pliskova in Q3 as a flyer. In Q4, the player that stands out who you may not have heard of is Linda Noskova. She was awesome in Berlin. She went on a very, very strong run there and could easily come through Q4, and it wouldn't surprise anyone. In Q1 and 2, everybody's kind of already tipped Naomi Osaka, and she's dealing with some injury question marks. So I'm not super excited at her on her price point, but she's going to be a fun challenge for Aryna Sabalenka and is going to draw obviously a lot of attention. Iva Jovic, a player you may not have heard of in Q2, would be my look. She looks like she's very comfortable on grass. Her performance at Queens a couple weeks ago was pretty eye-popping, and I think Iva Jovic, Jovic, young U.S. woman, is the one to circle in Q2.
All right. Any relation to Nikola Jovic, basketball
I don't
player?
think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
Anytime I hear a last name that is the same, I always have to ask.
She is connected to Djokovic, as a protege type of relationship, and I think they maybe gotten some tips from Djokovic on grass.
Yeah, tips on grass. Maybe just his tips are just buy horses and have some fun. Don't play sports. Anyways, let's close you out here, Drew. Any final thoughts before you head out? Were you able to find that bottle for us?
Yes. So, Grace, the up and coming wine region in the western U.S. is in British Columbia, Okanagan Lake area. I don't know if you've ever been to Okanagan Lake.
I've been there plenty of times, Drew. I ski there all the time.
Kelowna.
Kelowna.
Where do you
Kelowna.
ski? Kelowna.
Big White.
Okay,
Yeah, it's incredible there. If you have a chance to go out, it's so much fun. But yeah, anyways.
Next time you're there, poke around a little bit and do some of the lakeside wine tasting.
Okay.
There's just a great selection of up and coming wineries there that are all kind of priced in the $20 bottle range. Outstanding old world whites from that region. Some pretty strong Cabernet options as well. So. Give a look to, what do I have written down? Fitzpatrick and Nickel stands out among the ones I've had from Kelowna, do yourself do Canada a solid.
All right,
support their up and coming wine region.
I will be doing that, and I will be tracking it on my Vinny app. And
there you go.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Vino.
Vino app. I think I mixed that with Belly. I'm all in on the food review apps now. Drew, appreciate you joining the show. Hope you enjoy your 4th of July, because I don't know if I'll see you before then. But if not, enjoy the 4th of July. And yeah, appreciate you joining the show. All the best. We'll chat soon.
Best luck, guys.
Awesome stuff there from Drew as always. Go give him a follow at @whale_capper if you're not doing so already. Love talking to Drew, and I cannot wait to try the Fitzpatrick and Nickel from Kelowna. Gonna buy like 20 bottles there. We'll see if we can find it. We'll see if we can source it. Anyways, let's get into our next guest. But before we do that, got to quickly remind you guys here. We got a watch along happening today. I don't know if you heard. We have a watch along happening. Last week we had 3. Last 2 weeks we've had 3 World Cup watch alongs, and everyone who missed out on a ton of fun and some special bets that were coming home for us. We nailed all our goal scorers in the first watch along. Didn't really do so for the last 2. Hopefully we can do that in the France and Sweden watch along, because we got tons of guys who can score and tons of open play that we'll be seeing here. And yes, that's what you're seeing right now. We're going to be doing France versus Sweden. 4:50 p.m. Eastern time is when we start, 10 minutes before kickoff. Same format. We'll be giving out some bets 10 minutes before the games that you guys can sweat with us. And oh my goodness, were we ever close to a 142-1 hitting at the end of the Canada-Switzerland one. Alistair Johnson, if you could just bury that header, oh my goodness. Anyways, join us right here on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. All right. Let's get into our next guest here. He's a writer and podcaster over at The Ringer. He recently dropped an article, 15 storylines that he's keeping an eye on in the knockout stage. Plus, if you go over to his Twitter, he's doing video reviews after every single match day. Anthony Dabbundo. Anthony, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Trying to somewhat follow Wimbledon is a challenge, I'll tell you that, during the World Cup. I forgot it was starting this week. Saw that Ben Shelton has lost his Grand Slam aura. Jakob Mensik is about to be out. So Drew's handicap that nobody in the field is any good except for maybe Sinner might be right.
All right.
So that's my tennis analysis. I'll leave the rest to Isaac later. But World Cup, half hour until kick, baby. Let's go.
Let's freaking do it. I don't know if you want to start. Let's start with just quickly the last the games we saw yesterday and the Canada game. Any thoughts? I mean, we saw crazy upsets. Paraguay beating Germany. I'm not sure many people had that. We also saw, of course, Netherlands losing to Morocco in what was like an exceptional game. Maybe the game of the round of 32. It was pretty awesome stuff there. Talk me through yesterday's games.
Yeah, I think Germany and the Netherlands got what they deserved for different reasons. You know, Germany got punished for a lack of creativity, a lack of ideas, and a lack of execution. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I think a lot of people crown Germany for winning that group so comfortably, but what did they actually prove to us in the winning of that group? They were very even with Ivory Coast over 90 minutes and scored a last-second goal to win the match. They beat Curacao. Great job by them, but they weren't very inspiring against Ecuador. Again, they were even with Ivory Coast. And you just look around and you watch the first half, and even when they scored the goal, there was never consistent box pressure for the Germans. Every attack just ended up being, we're going to get it to Sane. He won't make something happen. We can't progress the ball through the middle. Eventually, the ball will cycle out to Florian Wirtz, and he'll throw it across. Or we can't get the ball to our midfielders at all, and Ta and Rudiger are going to be chipping balls into the penalty area. That was the whole idea, to break down a low block, and I think it kind of was uninspired and poor. So they never quite figured out how to break through. They almost got away with it with the set-piece goal, but it got ruled out, and now they're out. As far as the Dutch, they got punished for tactics. I mean, just Koeman, I never believed in this Dutch team. A lot of it has to do with their midfield, with their tactical kind of just blandness. I mean, it was so uninspired. There's no press. There's no effort to win the ball back. It is just, we let you attack, and then we attack. We let you attack, and then we attack. And I just don't think that's the best use of their talent. When the lineup comes out, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking at the market, and I'm like, okay, here comes the under money, right? They announced 3 center backs plus Van de Ven as a left wing back, 2 midfielders. They dropped to Johnny Reinders, and they don't play Malen. And it's like, well, what's the plan to get any shots in this match? It wasn't until Weghorst came on, and they were doing flick-ons to Somerville, that they had any actual plan of how to create chances besides just being tall guys who got corners every once in a while. So I thought it was very poor tactically. I thought Zlatan was half right in his ethering of Koeman. But, you know, the right team deserved to move on in both matches.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you there. Morocco looked great. Obviously feeling nervous with whichever team won this Netherlands and Morocco match for us Canadians over here, because it feels like we're drawing.
You guys would have been better off playing Netherlands.
Yeah.
100%. Stylistically, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, all we can do is hope. All right. Let's just get into let's not beat around the bush here. Let's just get into today's games. First match we have is Ivory Coast and Norway. We're going to try and rattle off as many games as possible before we have you out here. So Ivory Coast, Norway. Talk me through this one. I sort of picked the over for this one. I like the over 3.5 for
You
our
and
contest.
everybody else.
I know,
Yep.
right? Hey, draw that box right there. Big square move. Also a reminder, it's 2+ goal scorer day with Holland and
Get your bets in, everybody. while
there
you
we
still
go.
can.
Keep that account.
Leave that parlay open for Messi on Thursday.
There we go. Or Kane tomorrow. Either way, again, good, healthy for the account. Anyways, Ivory Coast, Norway. Talk me through how you're seeing this match.
Yeah, so we saw two different Ivory Coasts in this tournament in the two big matches they played. They looked vastly different tactically against Ecuador than they did against Germany. And I think, to me, I don't know a ton about Faye, the coach of the Ivory Coast. He hasn't really had a ton of experience coaching at some of the higher levels, but I've liked what I've seen from them. And I think what I like about it is they have more depth than Norway. And I think, it's an indoor game, but if this game goes 120, right, they have a lot of different options and stylistics and tactics they can deploy depending on what personnel is out there, right? Like, Amad Diallo doesn't even start for this team. I imagine he comes off the bench at some point, and he's automatically, one of their best players in and around the penalty area. So the Ivorians have more outs to win this game. Of course, with Holland and Odegaard, yes, the top-end talent favors Norway. But Norway has real weaknesses to me in defending wide areas. And I thought that was clear in the France game, even with the backups. I thought that was clear against Senegal. And without Ryerson in the lineup, he's out again today. I think that Diomande and Pepe can really take advantage if they're able to get in space. And you're not going to get a ton of defensive work from Surlot up on the right there. He tends to want to be more central anyway. So I do think that the Ivorians are live here. And in fact, I'm closer to a toss-up. I have Norway as a slight favorite, but not anywhere near the plus 155 price or the double chance price. So Ivory Coast, it's the day. The dogs will continue to bark, I think, today, and I think this game's going to be very fun. And for me, this is the most exciting matchup of the entire round of 32.
Wow. Yeah, should be a lot of fun there. Ivory Coast plus 140. Again, obviously everyone loves the over here. Ivory Coast, though, known for being super strong defensively, so we'll see if Norway can break that. Also, shout out to this Christ I now guy. I don't know. I've watched a couple Ivory Coast games. He looks incredible in the midfield for them. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Anyways, let's move on to the next game. France, Sweden. It feels like another game that should be nice and open here. Talk me through the France-Sweden match.
Yeah, no, we've seen teams with effective low defensive blocks give big teams trouble in this tournament. I'm just not sure Sweden is that. And I think that's why I'm a little dubious of Sweden. I mean, if you go look at that Dutch result again, the amount of times the Dutch were just able to progress the ball in wide areas, beat a man one-on-one, take advantage of Sweden's inability to stop crosses, get to the cutback, get to the byline, get to the cross, play it in behind, and then have easy looks from the center of the goal mouth. That, to me, feels like a death sentence against France. And that would scare me off of betting Sweden in any way. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be hot, right? So this is one of the one game today that's like really affected by the conditions. We're in New York. It's over 85 degrees today. I thought you saw a little bit of that with Germany yesterday. I thought the German press was a little bit less intense than it usually is. And if you looked at whenever they did like close-up shots of the German players, they looked just like really like hot, tired, fatigued. And France, this is the first of 3 straight games they're going to have to play outdoors. So if France goes up, we've seen France do this before, like Deschamps ball, they kind of just sit there and then say, all right, come beat us. And a lot of teams can't. Sweden has attacking firepower, right? Obviously, they have the players everybody knows. Alanka, Gyökeres, and Isak is a fun trio. But I just don't know that they can defend enough to win this. In fact, I'm pretty confident they can.
Yeah, minus 1,100 for France to advance to the next round. Last match we have for today is Mexico-Ecuador. We saw a little bit of fun from the Mexican fans, partying outside of the Ecuador hotel, which is always
nothing less. Of course.
That's good gamesmanship there. Mexico, we've seen Ecuador, like they are a rock solid defensive team, but Mexico is just like almost impossible to beat at the Azteca. So talk me through how you see this one happening.
Yeah, this was a fun one too. I think individual playmaking wise, Ecuador is as good of a defense as there is in this tournament. And I think stylistically, tactically, and how they set themselves up, Mexico takes very little risk with their possession structure to the point where it is very hard to see how this game doesn't stalemate. And so, I saw plus 450 for Pens. feels good to me, honestly. And as a result of that, like, I think Ecuador's live. I think, you could always get a goal here, a mistake here, a set piece here, a crazy strike there. That's all, potentially a thing. But under 2 is something I bet here at -110. I know it's moved a little bit. Love that. I love Ecuador +150 to advance. And I think, honestly, like, Penos +450, neither of these teams are built to play from behind. Neither of these teams are too willing to take a ton of risk. And again, it's the individual playmaking of Ecuador for me. There were so many opportunities where Germany would get these odd man breaks or have an extra guy, and then it was just getting completely stonewalled by Caicedo, by Hincapié, by Pacho. Their individual dual winning and playmaking abilities, it's a joy to watch. And my boys, my Bacasese boys, the Ecuadorians, I love this team. I really do think they can make a run here. And the bracket's breaking in a way where, like, England will be tough. Brazil in the quarters would be tough, but they're going to get to play at altitude the next 2 matches. And then Brazil, like, there's a lot of familiarity there. Like, it wouldn't shock me if we woke up and we're like, how is Ecuador in the quarterfinals again? Maybe I'm biased, but I love this team.
Yeah, Ecuador live to go on a little bit of a run there. +400 to go to Pens on FanDuel. I'm sure you can find a better price than that if you shop around a little bit. Yeah. Tomorrow's game, England versus the DR Congo. If you're an England fan, are you like a little worried about this Congo team? Because again, like, these African teams have done very well at the tournament. You've mentioned it kind of all tournament long. You've nailed that. And Congo, the one thing that sticks out to me is that, like, they have 2 strikers who can score. Like, they have guys who are, like, of actual quality who can score, playing in top leagues. Talk me through if you can see an upset here, or the DR Congo advance at +550.
I mean, I think the one thing about Congo, and the reason I liked Congo, is, like, one, I think AFCON helped them a lot in the sense that they got to play a lot of matches together and to really drill this low block, and to drill this defensive organization. And 2, like, they have 4 guys who have played in the Premier League / Ligue 1 and who are, like, regulars. So it's not that crazy to me that they would be a good defensive team. They're well organized. They're well coached. Now, the midfield and, like, how they are able to progress the ball against England, to me, is very dicey. But if you wanted to be critical of England, it's not that hard. And we just talked about this with Germany. They have a similar issue to Germany possession-wise right now, in the sense that they're getting, like, no width from their fullbacks. Nico O'Reilly's a left back. He tucks in. Reece James gets hurt. So now it's either Spence or Kwanzaa on the right wing, and that's a clear downgrade. And if in the case of Kwanzaa, like, you're just not getting attacking from them. Saka and Rashford have not been, I think, at peak fitness, especially Saka, throughout the start of this tournament. And so what is the plan when they face good low blocks? Because they really struggled against Ghana. They struggled for most of the game against Panama, and then ultimately scored a goal off of a set piece. Now, set pieces are England's get out of jail free card. They can score off that and win this game, but can they get 3? Can they get 2 early and open this game up? I'm not that confident in that, to be completely honest with you. And so I think good low blocks continue to stifle England because they lack the width. And as a result, like, under 2.5 looks decent to me here. I know Wissa and Bakambu are pretty good, but against England with the midfield, like, I just don't know how they ever get the ball to them. So I think that would be the concern for me with Congo scoring. However, this feels like a classic. Like, it's 0-0, 63rd minute, and everybody starts to get worried. England's choking, and then somehow they nick a goal. They find one. Bellingham does some magic. Kane does something where they score from a set piece, and then it's like, oh yeah, England wins 1 or 2-0, and then they move on. So I like unders here, but it wouldn't shock me if England got in a real sweat late in this game.
Yeah, and I assume the unders you like here are within 90 minutes. FanDuel has the market where it's including extra time as well.
I don't like this 120-minute. I actually bet one the other day, and I had to, like, now I'm sweating. I'm like, shit, I got to wait another 30 minutes.
Oh, man. It's interesting stuff what they're doing there. I appreciate them being a little bit more forward-thinking when it comes to this stuff, a little bit more Americanized.
It's easier to understand for, like, the casual fan, but it's easier to get confused as to what you're betting into.
Yeah, I think that's a great point there. Belgium versus Senegal is the next match on July 1st on Canada Day. I like Senegal as the dog here. Do you agree with me? Do you think Belgium is going to move on?
I would lean with at the price. I agree with you. I'll probably say that Belgium is more likely than not to advance here. I like the over. I think both defenses are flawed. Senegal looked pretty mediocre against the U.S. If you go back to the friendlies, then once France turned on the Jets, completely opened them up. And this Belgium defense, so the projected lineup for Belgium, right? Van Aken, Tielemans, and De Bruyne is like the worst defensive midfield of the tournament. Like there's just no ball winning there. You're not gonna be able to stop transition attacks. You're not gonna be able to stop dribblers with the ball. You're not gonna be able to stop a team like Senegal, who have a lot of fun attackers in space. And so I think, both teams to score. Everybody's been betting it and winning every game this tournament. This is one where I will probably jump in. Over 2.5 at plus money looks intriguing to me. We haven't seen Belgium play a good attacking team yet, at all. Not even close. I mean, Egypt, Iran, like New Zealand, no. So they haven't played a team that's even competent in attack that can really challenge this back line. And it's like Michel and Tayat and whatnot. Like I don't think they're a very good defensive team, and I think they're going to have to try to outscore people to win games in the knockouts. So I would go over here.
All right, leaning towards the over here. Belgium with the sweatiest group winner of all the group winners.
Yeah,
Like the minus 250.
220.
Yeah,
I laid it. I had it. I was sweating it out. Honestly, I thought I was dead once Egypt went up 1-0 in like the third minute. I was like, all right, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Belgium pulled it out late. Shout out to them.
Exactly. I told my friends, bad beat on the exact 9 points from Belgium there on my part. They should have had that. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Last game of the day here on July 1st, USA, Bosnia. You've been all over USA this entire tournament. And it's not just like being from the States. Like you truly did believe in this team. And I love what Pochettino is doing here, referencing Miracle on Ice, framing them as an underdog to the team, even though they're minus 750 to advance.
Yeah.
Talk me through this game. How does how does Bosnia expose USA? Is there a path for them to win?
Set pieces. They have 3 goals from them. They are tall. That's about all I got.
That's it. Fair enough.
I mean, they're bad. They're a bad team. And there's 32 teams that advanced. They were 31st in XG created of the 32. The only team that was lower was Paraguay, who, again, went up 1-0 on Turkey in their second match, then played down a man for a half, and then played the final match knowing they didn't need to do anything. So they just sat there and played out a draw and advanced. So if you're thinking about it, like you could make a case, this is the worst attacking team that advanced. South Africa and them probably for me would be the two worst teams. We saw how little South Africa was able to create against your boys. I don't think Bosnia is creating much against our boys. And it's like Dzeko is the guy everybody kind of knows, but they can't start Dzeko. They don't have enough of the ball, and he can't run. So I think Dzeko comes off the bench. Demirovic is a bit of a threat. And again, yes, they could score off a set piece. They gave Canada some problems, but I think you have to be encouraged by the U.S.'s plans against low blocks. The ability to just get in behind consistently against Paraguay and Australia, the first 2 matches, just signals to me that this U.S. team is not going to have a ton of issues. So early goal, put it to bed. See you in the round of 16. That's how I feel like it goes.
All right, I love it. And there's, of course, we mentioned the promo that FanDuel is running. If you haven't opened a FanDuel Sportsbook account, you can bet $1 and you can get $250 instantly in cash if the U.S. do advance to the round of 16. Okay, the next couple of matches. Here's how I want to go through day by day. I'm going to list out the 3 matches. You give me what you expect to happen, either the score or sort of the way that you see the outcome happening, who's going to win the match. And then just pick your favorite game of the day. So we got Portugal, Croatia, Switzerland, Algeria, and Australia, Egypt. Give me what you see the outcome of each of these games are and just your favorite game that you're going to be watching that day. Obviously, you're going to be watching all of them, but one that you're paying a little bit more attention to.
Thursday, Portugal, Croatia is the game to watch. I laid Portugal, and I kind of regret laying it, honestly, after digging more into the matchup. I just don't really think either team's very good. Now, the weather for that game is a bit chaotic. I mean, you're in Toronto. What's the weather going to be on Thursday night?
It's not Thursday. Oh, it is Thursday night. What am I saying? It's at 7. Yeah, Thursday night. I actually don't. I'm not even sure.
Toronto weather Thursday night, 90 degrees.
Oh God.
So
that's not fun.
You have old man Ronaldo, old man Modric, 2 teams who don't really like to press. Croatia team that has a bunch of aging guys, not just Modric, but Perisic and Kovacic, right? So there's a handful of older players, and you're dealing with extreme heat. That game to me could be diabolical, and in fact, I might grab some under, as both teams just do nothing for most of that match, and it requires Croatia's attack has looked very weak through 3 games. They created nothing in the second half against England. They got a goal against Panama and then had 2 bangers against Ghana, but they didn't create a lot of chances. So I think under might be better there than Portugal. And then the night game, real quick, like Switzerland, Algeria. Nobody's talking about Algeria except for the craziness of that Saturday night game. They have no goalie. Their goalies are terrible. I mean, Zidane's kid screws up the first 2 games so badly. He gives up 2 goals to Messi that he shouldn't have. Then he gives up a weak goal to Jordan. So they're like, all right, we're benching you. Go watch the 3 Austria goals. The backup is worse. He is undeniably worse. So they're rolling up with like a pretty big goalie issue. And like a lot of the teams that had the worst goalies, Iraq, Jordan, Qatar, those guys they're all out. Algeria's still here. And like, maybe Lucas Zidane will rise to the occasion if they put him back in. But the 6 goals that Algeria conceded, or the 7 goals that Algeria conceded in the group stage, you can make a case the goalie was at fault for 4 to 5 of them, and 2 separate guys. So I like the Swiss on Thursday.
All right, you like the Swiss on Thursday. I think
I think they're going to start Manzambi. They're much better with him in the lineup.
I was going to say he's someone who's like a little bit interesting here. He got added to the young player of the tournament market there. I don't know if I would bet that, but like I think he's around 10 to 1. If Switzerland can go on a run, might be interesting. Depends on obviously Spain, but hey, if Spain and Yamal get bounced, then that award suddenly opens up pretty quickly here. I think I mentioned Australia and Egypt as one of those matches. I have things flipped around. It's Spain and Austria, which we kind of glossed over, but how much can we give to the Spain and Austria match? Is there anything really, or is it just Spain and let's move on?
Yeah, I think Spain will be fine.
Yeah, there we go. All right, last match of last match day of the round of 32. It's Australia, Egypt, Argentina versus Cabo Verde, and Colombia versus Ghana. Quickly, who you think is going to advance in each one? Cape Verde has a fun opportunity to. If they draw every game to the finals, they have a chance to potentially win the World Cup without winning a single game, which is
they could.
Very interesting story. Doubt it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Cinderella. The clock strikes midnight sometime around 6:30. On Friday when Argentina goes up 1-0. I don't see how Cape Verde can score. I mean, if you look at their tournament, right? They had 2 goals. Muslera was at fault for both. I thought 2 goals from like 30 plus yards out. They have created very little from open play except for the last 30 minutes against Saudi Arabia. So I'm not seeing it for Cabo Verde. I'm not seeing it for Ghana, to be completely honest with you, against the Colombians. I think Aussies Egypt is a true toss up. And so I would lean with the Aussies at the price, but Friday's definitely probably the least interesting day to me on the slate.
Yeah, the only thing I'm looking for, just a little underwhelmed with Luis Suarez, not the biter, for Colombia. Is it Cordoba going to go for them again? Can he create? Because I
think he should.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. The name Luis Suarez just gives me shivers. Anyways, any final thoughts before you head out here? Like how cooked are the Canadians versus Morocco as the only round of 16 game that's set right now?
Yeah, I laid -200 on Morocco. Feeling pretty good about that. I guess we're gonna get France, Morocco. I was really looking forward to France and Germany. I have tickets to that game on Saturday in Philly. It's gonna be 100 degrees though. Oof. So it should be said, like even France against Paraguay. France does have the width. They can eventually break down the door here, but I think Paraguay can give France problems. I really do. So. I mean, the heat, they'll be ready for it, but it's going to be brutally hot. So I'll be looking to play unders on Saturday in that game. But I think Paraguay could give France a game. Ultimately, though, France-Morocco, rematch from the semis 4 years ago. We get it in the quarters this time. I think Morocco they have more of a chance now than they did 4 years ago. Yeah,
a lot of people like confusing Morocco to the Morocco that was in 2022. They do have like an attacking
different team.
Yes.
Different team. Totally different. Way better team.
Yes.
Saibari.
Yes.
And Diaz. It's a great squad.
Yes.
And Bouadi. I mean, Bouadi, Man City's going to spend $100 million on this guy. He's 18, so nobody's heard of him. He plays at Lille. But he was bossing the game yesterday. Best midfielder on the field.
Yeah, another young star of this tournament, plus 550 if you're interested.
My hot take is get your futures in now. Morocco 2030 World Cup.
All right.
Incredible U23 team. Most of their stars are not yet past peak. They got to keep Bono around because he's so good at the penalties, the goalie. But yeah, Morocco 2030 World Cup. They're a joint host nation. They're gonna make a run. Like they could win it.
Bono 16-1 right now to win Golden Glove. We have like an 80-1 in the back pocket there. If you watch World Cup preview, Anthony, appreciate you joining the show. Go follow Anthony on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. It's just his name, Anthony Dabbundo. You're recapping every single day.
Yes.
So make sure you guys go check that out for daily recaps. Also, article written. It's about 4 games into the round of 32. Yeah, 4 games in.
4 downs, 12 to go.
12 to go. There we go. Anthony, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome stuff there from Anthony. As always, reminder, make sure you do follow him and go check out the article. His 15 thoughts on the round of 32, the teams that are in the round of 32, essentially. All right. Finally, close out the show. Let's not wait a little bit any longer here because we got a match starting in like 2 minutes. I actually don't even know if it started yet. It might have started already. Isaac, bring him on up. Isaac, how's it going?
Yo, how's it going?
Good. I'm gonna save the preamble because we have a match starting in 5 minutes. I see that you want to bet on. So let's
Which
just
match is that?
the first one you said Lehecka, Yuri Lehecka.
Oh yeah. Lehechka versus Popyrin.
Yes.
Yeah, Popyrin.
All right, so there we go.
Yeah, we got a few. Yeah, we got a few bets. You want to pull up the full slate, or should I just go? Okay.
We'll run it through here. First one we're gonna
Okay.
do is Popperin, but yeah, you just run through each one, and we'll bring them up on screen.
Yeah, Popyrin money line. If people want the quick hit, Zverev's playing right now. We can fade him live. I'm on Blocks Live. You know, FanDuel price is pretty solid. I would wait until the a changeover, but it looks like you should be able to get plus 450, plus 500 at one set all. We can put that on the documented record.
Okay.
That's a little tricky one because it's live. But then outside of for the pregame ones, we got Popyrin. Then we got Atmain money line. We've been on
plus 340.
Atmain a lot. He's worked out for himself. Plus 3. What is it? Plus 340.
340. Yeah.
It was plus 365 when I sent it to you. I think anything better than plus 325 is good in my opinion. Then those are the only two that are going to be today because it's been Wimbledon starts early. So the next ones are going to be for tomorrow's. We got Offner versus Hurkacz. And on both the money line there for Offner and the over 40.5 games, minus 112, I believe. Not the same game parlay of the two of them, both individual bets, Offner and the over.
Yeah, Offner plus 265 still, and that over 40.5 is still there at minus 112,
there.
like you mentioned. Yeah, it was there before we went live. I just got to double check 1 sec. But yeah, we'll get around to that one. Next one we got is
couple more. We got Shintaro Mochizuki. Not only does he have an epic name, but he's got a fun game. And he played absolutely incredible yesterday. And he's going to be double bageled. The guy he was up against, to be fair, the guy was kind of a nobody, but 6'3", 6 love. So playing some incredible tennis, going to be going up against Ethan Quinn, young American who plays well on the surface, but I think Mochizuki's kind of got a little bit more creative style, and I think he'll be able to get a lot of balls back into play and cause Quinn a bunch of trouble. So happy taking him there at that price. And then last two, we got Jan-Lennard Struff against Brandon Nakashima. I believe that one actually trended up a little bit. Wow, up to plus 260. I'm going to have to hit that real quick. Let me just make sure. Wow, yeah, FanDuel best in market by a decent amount there, plus 260. That's a great price. Nakashima's a better player, but Struff's got an incredible grass court game. He's going to be looking to serve and volley a lot. Nakashima looked decent in his first round match, but not that incredible. So very happy to take Struff at that price. Always a dangerous player on grass. And then the last one is going to be Jesper de Jong up against
Fonseca.
João Fonseca. Yeah, at plus 420 there. Fonseca's the much stronger player.
460 now.
Oh, it's 460.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Even better. 460. Yeah. Anything plus 420, better, but plus 460. We love to see it. FanDuel best in market with these dog prices. That one, I don't really think it's going to go up more than that. So snag the 460 if you can. De Jong, he's got a good game. He's playing well in his first round match. Fonseca's a stronger player, but he's still very young. The grass can be tricky. And so I'm happy taking a little flyer here on De Jong.
All right, quickly recapping. Popperin is, if you're listening to this after the pack, sorry, Popperin is happening like literally the match is starting right now. But for those watching after the fact, Atmain plus 340, Offner plus 265, also Offner and Hubert Hurkacz over 40.5. Total sets -112. Total matches -112. Did I just say sets? Yes, I did.
Total games.
Total games. Sorry. What does it say? Total games. Total match games. That's what I'm looking for. Shintaro Machizuki +205.
Say that 3 times fast.
Shintaro Machizuki. I'm good with my Japanese, bro. I got like my.
That's pretty good.
I got my shirt. Listen. I'm a big anime guy.
I heard he's coming for revenge after Japan's loss yesterday. He's devastated, but he's going to come out strong. That's what I heard.
Taking down the American there. John Leonard Struff next +235 right now. We saw it blip.
He's also going to be tilted to German. We're taking all the guys whose countries lost, so hopefully they're fired up. Maybe that's the steam. There was some. Is there some cross sport steaming here happening where all the German and Japanese players, they're all going to be at worse prices now? I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. Well, we saw Hovland win the Travelers last week, and I think it's because Norway was just hyping. They lost. Norway lost versus France. So there you go. That's what it was.
Not
anyways,
the knockout stages though, so barely counts.
Good point. Didn't include that in the handicap. Jesper De Jong is the last one here. Price is just fluctuating a little bit right now as all you hungry animals in the chat are dogpiling on it.
And then I got,
420,
I got to give a shout out to FanDuel here for their boost. I sent it to you. You knew we were going to be on it.
Yeah.
What's the official title? It's the
Red, White, and Boost.
Red, White, and Boost. I mean, just the classic. I was looking around. It's actually a pretty solid price with the Boost, I think. Best in market. It's USA to beat England in the final. Look, probably not going to happen, but it's plus 17,760. So $1 to win, 177. Patriotic, great boost. I love betting. 1776 is my increment. I've done it for a bunch of bets for the World Cup. So hell yeah, we're on that one. And even though I love Anthony, very sharp guy, and I'll have to watch back to see what he gave out, we're going to sprinkle in some Cabo Verde because what can I say? I saw the Witch Doctor. I'm not going to go against the Witch Doctor. I'm holding some Argentina futures. I'm a bit scared. FanDuel's got the best price in market on 2 advance, I think at plus 1160. So happy to sprinkle a little bit. Put it on. You can put it on the documented record. And I'm not fading the Witch Doctor. I'm a little bit frightened, honestly.
All right, I'm afraid of the Witch Doctor too. Harry Kane was afraid of the Witch Doctor. Then he released his spell.
Yeah, he missed that sitter, and then now he's back in it.
There you go. Isaac, are you playing the 2+ goal parlay with Holland, Mbappe, and Kane?
What kind of question is that? Is the sky blue? Is the sun gonna rise in the morning? I mean, come on. Of course, we're on all these guys to fucking get bangers. I sprinkled in some hat trick parlays. Why the hell not?
There we go. Soccer sharp, tennis sharp. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show.
Not soccer sharp, but happy to fire.
Yes, soccer casual, fun guy, just enjoying the enjoying the time. Now that we got all the betting out of the way and all the people are happy in the chat, how was your date? We haven't talked in like a month.
It was great. It was good. Went on another date a couple days ago. Very nice. Unlike Anthony, I've been going down to Philly, but I haven't gone to any of the World Cup games. I was looking at that one, the one that I forget which game it was exactly, but the pricing combined with the heat, it just it was a bit much for me. I was ready to spend the money, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fun. So I opted against it, but hope he has a blast. And we'll see how things are going. Unfortunately, I'm like my hours right now are like 5:30 to 2 p.m. for Wimbledon right now. So every time she texts me, I'm like barely awake. I don't even know. I don't even know if you can tell. I'm frazzled right now. I'm about to go nap right after this, but put in work.
All good. Quick little tip here: if you have iPhone, if she has iMessage. If she doesn't have iMessage, first of all, dump off. No, that's a red flag. Schedule send. It's your best friend. Schedule send is your best friend.
I'm a big schedule send guy. I will say she does have an iPhone, but I was debating with my sister. She has her read receipts on, and there was some debate over whether or not that's a good or a bad thing.
That's honesty. She likes to keep herself honest. No, not at all. She likes to keep herself honest. I like that. What does the chat think? Does the chat, you want a girl, or if you're the only girl who's ever watched Hammer Daily and you're in the chat, you want a guy with read receipts on? I don't know. Here's where
I have them off. I have them off because I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also have mine off as well. If she asks you to put yours on, then I'd be worried.
Ooh, interesting.
But if she just has her on, if she has her on, maybe she's like forgetful. She wants her friends to keep herself accountable. That's totally fine. It's like, oh, like I forgot to message you, and you give your leeway to your friends to say, hey, you didn't message me here. You read my message, but you didn't respond. I think that's okay. I don't think that's the worst thing ever. We posted a poll in the chat right now. We'll see what the people are saying. Maybe we'll post a poll in the Discord as well, in the tennis portion of the Discord, and see what people are saying. A lot of people are saying green flag though.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it keeps going well. If the U.S. goes far, she's probably going to be getting some very nice presents. We might fly out, go see the final. If the U.S. makes it there, we'll see how it goes.
I will happily be your butler for that game, if that is the case. July 17th was a weekend I did circle that I could potentially make it out to New York for that. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show. Go get some rest.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for coming on. You're going to be back on Thursday, right?
Yes, sir.
You'll be back on Thursday right after
See
Canada.
you soon. Let's win some bets.
Let's do it. Appreciate it, Isaac. Great stuff there from Isaac.
I will say, if Bosnia beats the U.S., I will be mega depressed and with a far lower net worth. So I'll be very sad on Thursday. So let's pray. Let's get some American flags in the chat.
We're gonna get all the American flags in the chat. I will be waving my American flag on Canada Day. So how about that? Listen to this. Americans play on Canada Day. They're going to pick up a win. Canadians play on America Day, July 4th. It's not called America Day.
Really?
Yes. So I need you waving your Canadian. I need you waving your Canadian flag on July 4th.
100%. I'll hit those Canada. I think I'm on Canada outrights at like 250 to 1 right now.
I love it.
Sprinkled a little bit.
I love it. I'm not complaining about that. Isaac,
you know what they say, Jason? You know what they say.
If you can see it happening.
If you can see it happening and it's more than 100 to 1, can't be a bad bet.
There we go. Isaac, thank you so much for joining the show. Appreciate you as always. Go get some rest. We'll chat soon.
Adios.
Great stuff there from Isaac. Speaking a little Espanol. Damn. This guy's so cultured. So cultured. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Before we head out, though, quickly, smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on audio forms, rate and review 5 stars. We're still going to read out those comments that you leave on Spotify. So if you're leaving comments on Spotify, if you haven't left a comment on Spotify and you're listening on Spotify, go leave a comment right now. And yeah, we'll read out the reviews live here on the show. Before you head out, one more thing on the docket here. If you are serious about prop bets, the hardest part isn't really finding an edge, it's scaling it. And with our friends over at BetStamp Pro, they've built a product that is built to grow your volume and your ROI. Every player prop and alternate line across 200 plus sportsbooks on one screen in real time on BetStamp Pro. It's priced against BetStamp's True Line, which is a proprietary model weighted per market and prop type, bias corrected, producing the most efficient, sharpest props pricing reference in the industry. Catch off-market props the second they appear across markets and more alt lines than anywhere else, so you can get more money down at an even larger edge more often. Scan the QR code on screen or use the link in the description to apply. QR code on screen, link in the description. One or the other will take you there. All right. Quick reminder, one more time before we head out. Watch along is happening in about 5 hours. 4:50 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be watching France, Sweden. Going to be absolutely incredible. We got a match to go to. We got to get out of here. First match already started of the day. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Or actually, no, what am I saying? We don't have a show tomorrow. What am I saying? It's Canada Day tomorrow. I'm not seeing you guys tomorrow. So enjoy your Canada Day, even though you're American. We'll be waving your American flags with you as we're rooting on the U.S. to beat Bosnia. For myself, for Isaac, for Anthony, for Drew, for Mike. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's it. That wraps up today's show. This has been the Tuesday, June 30th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We'll see you guys right here on Thursday.